Hi folks, back again, Bathrobe Chronicles number 49. This is most likely going to be a silly one, a little sillier than most of them. Just want to rant and rave about cell phones. Everyone has a cell phone. You have a cell phone. But no matter where you go, you have all these people walking around with these cell phones. What did we do before we had cell phones? I think we made out pretty well, actually. Now, few of you will remember this, but I remember when we had a phone, my family, we had a phone, and it was a party line. We didn't have like a regular phone you pick up and you're the only person on the phone. What would happen is you had several families who were all tied in together, and each family had a different ring. For instance, our ring may have been 2 longs and a short, and maybe another family was 3 shorts or 3 longs or whatever. And then they would pick up the phone and talk. Now if you wanted to pick up and listen, I mean, you could do that. It wouldn't be very nice, but you know, you could do that. And that's what I remember about phones when I was growing up. And it was a big deal when the day came that we actually had what was called at that time a private line. In other words, this was our phone. No one could pick up and listen, and when the phone rang, you knew it was a call for you. I think the first people who started buying cellular phones were doctors, and you know, doctors are on call. And there were these huge things, and they were referred to, I believe, as bag phones. In other words, you had this bag that had the battery and this computer gizmo or whatever it was, this huge phone. And they would carry these guys around. And that's somewhat understandable. In other words, if you have a job that you have to be on call and you have to be there immediately, that makes some sense. But what the hell, you know, has happened where everyone is walking around talking all the time? I mean, what happened before they had the phones? What were they doing? In other words, how is this making their life better? I'm not saying different, but better. Now, one of the things that really ticks me off, and of course people shouldn't get ticked off over you know, seemingly moronic kinds of things. What really ticks me off are these people that have those things stuck in their ears. You know, they're like little oval things, and they stick them in their ears. And they're walking around talking like morons all the time. I don't know, I guess when cell phones first came out, there was some kind of, what's that term I'm groping for here? People got some kind of recognition when they're walking around and the cell phone rings and they whip it out of their pocket, hello, and then they have these grandiose conversations, you know, like they're saving the damn world or something, which of course they aren't. But these people who plug these things in their ears and walk around with those, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I think they look like morons. I mean, come on. You mean you can't wait to go back to your office and get a call? What, are you a brain surgeon and you're standing by to go do surgery or something? Huh? Come on. I think right up there with the sticking in the ear thing are those damn BlackBerries. Jesus. I work for this small government agency. You know, there may be 250, 300 of us. And the so-called supervisors, which they seem to be percentage-wise definitely outgrowing the rest of us regular people who actually work for a damn living. But anyway, in the olden days they had pagers. Then they had pagers and cell phones. And now they all have BlackBerries. And they sit around going like this all day. They're sending this, I call them TMs or PMs or whatever the hell they are. They're getting their damn email or something. And folks, come on. I mean, you know, number one, they aren't that important, the people. I mean, really. And number two, the messages are sending all over the place, and they aren't that important either. I mean, in other words, are these people so important that they just can't go back to their office and pick up a little slip that says, you know, Peggy Sue called, John called, or whatever, or call administration or something, you know? So, anyway, I confess I have a cell phone. Okay, I'm like a anti-cell phone snob or something. I don't know the phone number of my cell phone. I've used it once or twice. It's in my car. In fact, the first time, you'll love this, the first time I tried to use it, I couldn't make it work because I was hitting the wrong button. But the reason I have the cell phone is, let's just say there's a huge traffic jam or something and I'm going to be late for work. I at least want to call and say, hey guys, you know, I'm going to be 5 or 10 minutes late. Or the main reason I have it is if I'm out driving somewhere and my car blows up, or I have a flat tire, or I need some kind of assistance, you know, or if someone's robbing me or something like that. But really, come on. You look like a bunch of morons walking around with those stupid-ass cell phones up to your ear. The only thing worse than that, folks, is the ones that you plug into your ear. And right up there, vying, you know, for the world's worst, are those stupid BlackBerries. Get a grip, will you? You aren't that important. And frankly, you know, if someone can't get you immediately on your cell phone or your BlackBerry or whatever, the world surely is not coming to an end. I'll tell you that. Anyway, chuck those things, will you? Get a grip. Anyway, I know this isn't named, but I just felt like I had to do it. And as Pat Condell would say, peace.